Hi, this is Joanna Stern of Laptop Magazine, and today we're looking at a product that hasn't yet hit the market, but it will hit the market sometime soon. This is the Intel Classmate, the tablet edition. When Intel came out with this earlier this year, they demoed it at IDF, and it wasn't yet really quite baked, and we're still looking at a very early sample of this unit. But this is actually made by their OEM, CTL. CTL is going to bring this to market under their To-Go brand. It's obviously a tablet, and they haven't yet come up with a name for it, but they're thinking something along the lines of To-Go T1 or whatnot. But so we're really getting an early peek at this. CTL sent it to us. It's the first demo unit they've seen. So the hardware is definitely not fully baked, and as you can see, it just doesn't look all that polished. So we won't spend that much time looking at the hardware, but what you do really obviously notice is the convertible screen, and it can be twisted actually 180 degrees that way and this way. So it can flip around. It can't go all the way around, but you can do it on either side. So pretty nice on the screen side, and it feels like a solid hinge. Again, early unit, so we're not completely sure on how sturdy it will feel in the end, but for this it feels pretty good. And obviously you've got an 8.9-inch kind of netbook style tablet, so people are calling it a netvertible, but on the insides it's got an Intel Atom processor, 1 gig of RAM, and a 60 gig hard drive. So obviously the standout feature of this netbook or netvertible is its touchscreen, and we've been playing around with it for a little bit of time now, and we think it's very responsive. It's got a resistive touchscreen, so it's not going to be as sensitive as, let's say, a capacitive touchscreen or one with, let's say, that's supportive of multi-touch. But as you can see, it's very responsive, just to their small tabs on the bottom here. But what we want to come on back to is the quick launcher that Intel has included in the software stack on this system, which actually kind of looks like just like a Linux overlay. This is something we've seen ASUS now trying to do on some of their EPCs, putting a kind of easy mode on top of XP, and we really like that. We think it's perfect for this kind of touch functionality. So you can, obviously select the ones they've preloaded, and we actually put Firefox here on the bottom, so it's as simple as touching it and launching. A nice kind of response here, and this you can have running in the background. There's also a quick control panel here that allows you to adjust the settings, so you can adjust the brightness of the screen, and you can also put on some sound here, so it actually makes sounds when you touch the panel. But again, a little finicky because it's a early sample and an early software build. But definitely nice look at the touch here. I'm just going to show you some of the things we've been able to do. They've included this Art Rage program, obviously for the kids, who will get a look at this tablet first and foremost. And that's been, very responsive. The reason we've been using our finger more is they actually, CTL didn't include the stylus. There's supposed to be a stylus that pops out of here. They did not include that, so we dug up an older stylus, but it's not, it's responsive, but not all that great, since it was meant for a different system, but it's still working and, very responsive. I know this is a nice drawing I've done here. I'm not all that familiar with this program. You can widen your strokes there and whatnot. So just giving you a nice look there. Something else, we've been able to do here with our finger is we preloaded grab and drag, which is a Firefox plugin. Just to show you there, what we're able to do is just kind of drag the screen up and down for surfing. Definitely nice responses. Technology section, and again, dragging with your fingertip is working a lot better than, let's say, dragging with your finger, the palm of your fingertip there. It's not gonna go, but you really need that kind of direct point because of the resistive touchscreen. So some neat things you can do with touch. Definitely we think it'll be an interesting kind of input for kids and definitely like for this device who it's aimed at. Just also show off the accelerometer functionality. As you see here, we've shifted into this mode, but the accelerometer actually will shift you around when you go here. Very responsive. And I'll show you when you go here. Definitely easy to maneuver the screen. One thing we did notice though is because you're keeping it in full tablet mode, and let's say you wanted to use a keyboard to input some text, this actually runs Windows XP Home and doesn't have a tablet input in it, so we're unable to kind of type in. We could download a virtual keyboard, which would make it easier, but right now you're kind of limited to what you can input with text on in this mode. Some other key things of the system we want to highlight is obviously it has a webcam up here on the top. It rotates 180 degrees, again a little flimsy because it's a new unit and I'm trying to be very careful with it. I don't want to harm it too much. And just to look back around at the system, it's got another button here which launches the quick launcher, which doesn't seem to be working all that well right now. But again, this is a very early first look at the CTL To-Go tablet. We plan to do a full review when CTL has a full production version ready for us to look at. But seems like a pretty neat system coming from them, and it will probably be the first netbook with touch built in for the US market.